Hi, my name is Harry. I'm the host of Clarity in Complexity, the podcast program by Lockton Asia, where we help businesses understand risk and unlock the true value of our insurance solutions. Today, I'm very happy to have Sung, the head of Marine and Transportation in Asia of Lockton with me. We'll talk about more about marine insurance and everything we need to know. Welcome, Sung, to the podcast program.
Thank you, Harry. My name is Sung. As Harry introduced, I lead marine and transportation business in Asia for Lockton. I joined Lockton about 16 months ago.
Yep.
And it has been a busy 16 months, but yeah, it's been also exciting time. I used to work in London, where I spent over 15 years in the London market, handling marine insurance and broking marine insurance in London. So it's been a bit of a change of scenery for me to move to Singapore. It's been an exciting time, and then I'm very happy to be here to talk about marine insurance with you today.
We will cover as much as we can in the episode.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, let's understand the basic part first. What is marine insurance in simple terms for our audience understanding?
Well, it's a rather vast topic, but marine insurance in its simplest form is the safety net for the people and the businesses that move goods around the world and the goods themselves that get moved. It protects companies and individuals who transport goods from financial losses and also geopolitical instability and many other risks that the marine insurance can cover. There are, broadly speaking, three different categories of marine insurance. One is what we call hull insurance. That is the ships themselves. And there is a cargo insurance, which covers the goods that get transported on those ships.
Right.
And then liability insurance, which covers the assured legal liability arising out of the activities of transporting goods. So together, we call it marine insurance. But it can also cover aviation as well in many cases too. Okay, it's broadly similar. It's that they fly rather than sail. So together, we call it marine insurance.
I heard, based on my research, there is a long history about marine insurance. Can you share a bit about how it originated and what is the background of marine insurance?
Well, you probably possibly know more than I do based on your research, but to give you a brief history lesson, one that I know, it goes back about 4,000 years in the days of Babylonian Empire, where there used to be a practice called the bottomry. So it's a bit of a reverse process from what we know as insurance now. So those who are setting off on a venture to go on and explore the world and trade, they borrowed money from those who have money to finance their ship and the crew and their expedition. And then they agreed to pay a very high interest rate, something like 30% interest. If the ship came back with a precious cargo successfully and safely, and the ship owner made the money, they would pay back the loan with 30 or 40% interest. So the 30 to 40% interest was the compensation for the lender to take the risk. If the ship didn't come back, then the loan wasn't paid back at all.
And everything
there was an insurance claim, basically.
Yeah.
So nowadays, you pay the premium first, and you collect claim later when your ship is lost. But in this case, you basically collect the claim first to finance the venture, and then you pay back with the premium together later. So it's a bit of a reverse process. But they're quite ingenious. I mean, this was even codified in the laws of Hammurabi. So it's a quite established practice back then. Fast forward to the Middle Age, where the church in Europe had a very, negative view on usury and charging interest. The merchants in Italy decided to comply with the demands of the church, and they devised a scheme where they separated the premium element, the risk element, from the finance element of the practice of bottomry. So instead of paying interest, which church didn't really like, they say we'll pay upfront a premium for the risk. So that separated risk from finance and became the prototype of what we call marine insurance now, which then eventually developed into all kinds of insurance. So marine insurance was the beginning and the origin of what we call the modern day insurance. Then fast forward, so the Italian Genoa venture was around 1300s. Then fast forward another 300 years, when the British Empire was basically the king of the world trade, and London was a center of international commerce. A bunch of merchants who were gathered in London. They were doing a lot of trade and a lot of socialization happening. They were all gathered at a pub or coffee house called the Edward Lloyd's Coffee House. And there they started exchanging information. And they said, "Yep, I know somebody who can insure your ship, and I know somebody who can insure your cargo." So that was the beginning of what we know now as Lloyd's Society, the Lloyd's of London.
The
very famous name, yes. So that's a very quick history of marine insurance.
Yeah. From the Babylonian period.
I know, it's come a long way.
To the European church, and then based in London with Lloyd's.
Yes.
You have gone a very long way for the marine insurance.
And Lloyd's of Singapore now.
Yep.
So come a long way.
Yeah. So how does marine insurance help the global trade as of now?
Well, mainly two aspects from individual and personal individual and the individual corporation's point of view.
Yep.
It protects your financial position, your financial base. Sending your goods and trading with somebody sitting the other side of the earth is quite a risky venture. There's a long way to cover. There are lots of perils that can damage your business along the way. So it does give you the financial stability and the safety net that your company or you personally will be able to survive should unfortunate events happen to you. It protects the company and the person's financial position. More importantly, it is part of the international financial system. No financing happens without insurance.
Right.
The lenders cannot lend money to potential businesses and individuals without their collateral being secured through insurance. No construction activity can happen. No petroleum would ever be transported without insurance, covering the oil cargo itself and also covering the potential liability arising out of a catastrophic oil spill, which may cause significant damage to the maritime environment. So basically, it is the fuel and the lubricant that keeps the engine going for the world economy. Just imagine the world without oil or crude transport. Only the countries in the Middle East or the oil-producing countries will be able to use oil, right? Countries like Korea and Japan, where there's no natural resource, the economies won't even exist. So that's how important marine insurance is to the world.
In a way, marine insurance is relevant to everyone.
It is very relevant to everybody.
To our daily life, to how business or like factories, how they run, they operate.
Absolutely. Again, in case of Singapore, which is an island nation, most goods are imported from abroad. And imagine life without marine insurance, without cargo insurance, without hull insurance, without P&I insurance. Those goods are unlikely to come to Singapore. Yes.
In a way.
Yes. So that's how important marine insurance is to the world economy.
Today we have a new section where Sung, you will debunk 3 myths about marine insurance for us.
Okay.
So I have the first one. Is it only those big companies they need the marine insurance? What would you say?
Well, we sort of briefly touched upon that just now.
Yep.
Obviously, I gave the example of oil companies and crude and big international companies trading. But no, it's not just the big companies. It's everybody who needs to move across borders. So down to very, very personal level, in case of myself.
Yep.
I relocated from London to Singapore about 18 months ago.
Yep.
I had to move my
furniture,
effectively my house in London to Singapore. The furniture, there's personal belongings, there's everything. Some people even move their pets.
Yep.
And when I was packing up my belongings in London and filling out the form with the moving company, there was a sheet of paper that said insurance form. So all my goods were insured. And that's the relevance of marine insurance for individuals. I also know somebody who was moving to London from a country in Asia who unfortunately lost his everything because the ship that was carrying his goods in a container sank in the middle of the Indian Ocean. Obviously was compensated by the claim. But again, that's just how it could impact you. Your goods may be all gone down to the bottom of the Indian Ocean, but insurance came in to compensate him and put him back on at the place where he left off. So that's the very personal level. Small companies, online retailers. I mean, a lot of people nowadays buy, do shopping on the internet, and some of the goods come from, say, China. Some come from Europe. Again, they're all insured. But then we can talk about the biggest companies of the world, and obviously they have their insurance policies to cover their businesses.
Yes.
Again, it's very relevant at every single level of the economy because it is what keeps the economy moving. And it's what enables transactions across the borders and between various financing institutions possible. So I would say, that's completely not true. Everybody needs one. Everybody at some point in his or her life will probably come across marine insurance. And then, again, when you're moving, you might see it. When you're on a ferry to go to a resort around here, again, you touch upon marine insurance too. So, it's everywhere.
On a personal level and on a corporate level, whether it's big companies or, like as you mentioned, the retail or the smaller retailers, we all need marine insurance.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Okay. I have the second one. So, do marine insurance cover losses from all over the world? What is your take?
People actually do know something about marine insurance then, if that's the popular myth. It generally does.
Generally
does. The short answer is depends. But, marine insurance by nature is very cross-border because it deals with ships that move around the world. It deals with cargo that get transported around the world. So generally, marine policies tend to be worldwide in its scope of coverage. Then again, I mean, we can get into details of ports and terminals. They don't move around; they're quite geographically fixed. But generally speaking, hull and P&I and cargo is worldwide. But that doesn't mean that if you own a ship and you have a hull insurance policy, you can go anywhere. There are areas of what we call the heightened risk due to geopolitics or due to natural environment. So if you want to go to the Arctic Circle, it's generally an excluded area, so you can't really go there. It's not an included coverage by default. You can't really go to, say, currently, the Ukrainian waters or Russian waters or those areas of a heightened geopolitical risk is normally excluded as well. So you do have to buy back the coverage. So it can be worldwide if you buy back the coverage from what's excluded by default. For cargo as well, cargo again is generally worldwide, but subject to certain exclusions. Geopolitics again. So yeah, generally covers worldwide, but
with some exceptions.
In certain cases, not. So, but it is probably the least restricted line of insurance when it comes to geographical restrictions.
Okay.
So it's very cross-border, very free flow. It's a very international segment of insurance.
I have one more myth for you to debunk for us.
Okay.
Can a marine insurance cover marine, hull, cargo, and indemnity all together?
Which will be nice and simple, right?
Yes.
For the policyholders.
And all in one.
All in one. Just
Which
deal with one
loves.
policy. Everybody loves that.
Yeah.
Technically, yes. In reality, not as common as we possibly would like to.
Yeah.
Mainly because of a different insurable interest. So a ship owner will have interest in his or her ship to insure, right? The cargo owner, who owns the cargo on board vessel, has interest in the cargo only, not in the ship. And the liability of the ship owner will be very different from the liability of the cargo owner.
Yes.
So because of this different insurable interest, it's often that different policies are required. Again, I'll take example of perhaps shipbuilding, which can also include damage to the ships under construction and also liability, and also the cargo, which includes the materials and supplies that you need to build the ships. So this myth, technically correct, but usually not
really
the most
the
common
case.
way. So
It depends.
It would be a good trivia question.
Yeah.
Because generally it will be a no, but in certain cases, yes. So.
I'm certain when our clients come to us and ask this question, we'll give them
a prize if they get it right.
Give them the good and right answers.
Yes.
And give them the correct advice.
Correct.
Based
yes.
on the question.
Yeah.
Speaking more about you, I know you have been with Lockton about 1.5 years. So what would you say? What are the unique values of Lockton Marine?
So Lockton Marine, what we call global marine,
Yep.
is unique because of the supergroup approach that we have. So you'll probably talk about this later too, but we have a philosophy that you don't get one of us, but you get all of us.
Yes.
It is the super group that does everything for you. Many brokers claim they are globally connected.
Yes.
That you can access the expertise around the world. Every single global broker claims that. From my experience, however, it's not always the case, despite the advertisement. I think Lockton Global Marine is the only team that is truly globally connected, because we actually have a governing body for global marine that is made up of all the leaders of our marine teams around the world. So we have a global marine executive board.
Yeah.
I don't think other brokers have this. We are actually run by the group that runs marine globally. So I'm part of the global marine executive board. We got representatives from London, Scandinavia, Mediterranean teams, Latin America, Middle East, everywhere.
Yep.
And it is actually a very real and functioning body. So I think we're truly globally connected, which enables us to deliver our extremely niche specialist expertise around the world. So we have a team in Italy called Pierre Ferrari. And that team is by far the world's biggest P&I insurance broker, liability insurance broker. Again, we can deliver their expertise and service to clients in Asia at the fingertip. We also have an extremely specialized team in Norway who are, if not the biggest, one of certainly the biggest marine insurance brokers in Scandinavia. So all this specialist niche knowledge and expertise is very easily deliverable to the clients around the world. Other brokers do not have this specialized niche expertise that we have in Lockton. So I'd say those two are our core differentiators compared to other brokers.
Looking ahead, what will be your next plan in Asia to help grow the businesses?
So in the past 16 months, we've built a regional hub in Singapore. So we now have hull vertical, cargo vertical, and hopefully aviation vertical soon. So that was phase one. We built a proper hub in Singapore to support the region. We've also expanded geographically into countries like India and Malaysia, and we've significantly strengthened our teams in Taiwan and Hong Kong. So next phase will be to continue our expansion in terms of geography into the countries where we're not present yet, and also continue our expansion in our specialism. So we've laid the foundation for the expertise hub in Singapore. We'll be strengthening our hub in Singapore and also trying to build up expertise in all the country offices too. So in every country, we want to have the best pool of resources and expertise for our marine clients. Ultimately, we want to be present in every major maritime economy in Asia. We want to be able to deliver solutions and services for every every client who has marine insurance needs in all sectors of the maritime industry. So we are well on our path, but hopefully we'll be able to achieve our complete service offering in the next 12 months.
Okay. Coming to the end of our episode, if there's one thing that you would like our audience to remember about marine insurance, what would it be?
Marine insurance is not as boring as it may sound.
After the history lesson.
Yes, it is very boring history, but like I said, I would like to say that it's, as I emphasize, is a very, very important part of the world economy. It keeps the world going. It keeps the world moving. So I think marine insurance is ever present in all corners of our society. So please do remember that you may not realize every day, but it is very pertinent. And the Lockton Global Marine hopefully will be the right partner for all our clients and stakeholders in Asia. And one last thing is that you don't get one of us, you get all of us. If you contact any one of our marine colleagues in Asia, you get the full support of a global marine network across the world.
Thank you, Sung, today to share about marine insurance. You talk about the basics, some of the history lessons. We also debunk the myths and how we truly help our clients in the marine insurance. Remember, marine insurance is relevant to every one of us. Absolutely. Thank you, Sung, and I look forward to having you in a future episode.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.